Hey y'all, it's your girl Kiana. I'm back. Welcome to my channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Comment your thoughts down below because these are some good conversations we need to be having. As a young woman, I think it's very important.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
So, I am well. What do you got for me? Is it over?
Is it over? I would not say so, just because I think there's just too many people in the world for it to be over. You know what I mean?
What do you mean too many people in the world?
I mean, the opportunities to meet someone new, or someone who's
Where do you
willing to
live?
date. I live in Philly.
Most people don't live in Philly.
They don't. That's very true. Slim pickings here, I'd say. But in comparison, if I travel, if I really want to meet
When's
somebody,
the last time you've been out of the country?
2013, I think.
Where'd you go?
I went to Spain.
All right,
I ran basketball
so
games
basically,
with
so
this
it's
group. I was with. It was really
it's
fun, actually. But I was like
2021
too
right
young
now.
today.
You're
Yeah. Huh?
2021 right now. And did you work, you said you were with your family when you were to Spain?
No, I went with this basketball group. I was literally there for 2 weeks to run basketball camps. It was not
Oh,
a
okay,
trip.
you
Yeah.
didn't pay for it.
No, I didn't pay. I did pay for it, actually. Yeah, of course.
How much did it cost you?
But like, so I was 18 when I went. So the intention was never to go there to date or meet anybody.
How
So
much
if
did
I
it
were to
cost you
travel
when
there,
you went?
it costs like $2,000
You ain't been
to
out of the
stay there
country.
for 2 weeks. But again, it was I mean, my
You ain't
mom
been out
paid
of
for it.
so no. See, what I'm trying to show is how unrealistic what you just said. I don't think it's over because of how big the world is, and you ain't never been out of the country on your own money.
Right, but if I wanted to, I could, right? I was too young back then. If I wanted to now, of course
I
I
don't know.
could.
Could you?
Yeah, I could.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a leasing consultant.
And in Philly, how much you making annually?
Enough to try if I wanted, but I
I
think,
don't know what that means. Why? See, y'all can't get on here and play bullshit with me. You can't put out there and say I can do it if I wanted to. When I ask about it, you'll get vague. Then it's gonna be bad.
I just don't want to put my financial situation out there,
Well,
I
then
guess.
I'm gonna call bullshit because
Later on, she goes to say, well, I don't want to put my financial situation out there. Obviously, you don't make enough to go travel if you wanted to and still be comfortable when you go home and not have to worry about bills, not have to worry about your rent being paid. Women do that. They want to deflect and they don't want to seem like they're wrong. I see that a lot in modern women, a lot.
then if you could, you would.
Well, I don't feel the need
All right,
to because
okay,
I
whatever. You're a
feel,
leasing consultant in apartments. How?
yeah,
All right, you ain't rich. You're middle
not
class.
definitely not rich.
You're middle class. That's the point. See,
Yeah, but I also,
this is why things go bad because there was no reason to come in here and make this situation anything other than a pleasant conversation. You start off
what's
with
not pleasant about it?
well, when you start becoming evasive, when you say,
About what?
I'll tell you what was unpleasant because this is, I don't think sometimes a lot of you black women realize how shitty you're being. You think being snarky and impolite is just normal.
Right.
So I'll tell you what was wrong. When I sat back, when I said, is it over? He said, no, because of the opportunities of all the people around the world. And then I went to test that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been out of the country? Yes. On your
Well,
own
I think you were assuming
money?
that I had
Are
exhausted
you
all of
paying
my
attention
options
to how you
here.
got there?
Well, I haven't exhausted all of my options here yet.
Are you paying attention to how we got to the snarky part yet?
No, because I don't think I was being snarky. I think it would be different if I had exhausted all my options here.
Hey. That's not how this shit works.
How does it work?
You're about to find out real quick. You don't get to change the subject and do that. If I was talking about something, we're going to stay on that subject. Oh, you are free to strike up your own Instagram and talk about whatever you want to. That's rude. How old are
I
you?
apologize.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And in Philly. And I understand. And Philly got some of the worst women in the world.
Am I one of them?
So far, you're right on par.
I'm gonna tell you guys why I left. I laughed because this woman really is about to hit home on why modern women do not have what they want in life. This woman is a prime example of why black men don't see a future with black women. It's because she's like, I apologize. That's not a sincere apology. That just made me upset, even hearing it. And it's like, it wasn't funny. It was just the audacity she had, taking him as a joke. You came on this man's platform. You should be there as a guest. Be respectful. Listen to what he got to say. Answer his questions. You don't have to try to make yourself feel right unless you have statistics, unless you have facts. Don't try to show this man up, because now his dominance is about to come out, and a lot of modern women don't see that. They need to take a step back and regroup. They want to nag. They want to come at him. That's like a cat and dog fight. You don't want to have that with a man. Women should not be arguing with a man. They should not be arguing with a man.
I'm proud of it too.
No, I apologize.
You ain't got to apologize. This what you got to deal with, not me. This is how you go into conversations with people you don't even know, just making it, pissing and shitting all over the place just because. That's cool. It was unnecessary.
All right, so let's talk about what you wanted to talk about then.
Well, 25-year-old, you got the floor. Go ahead, because I was going down the path, but apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. So you got it. Tell
No,
us about
it's your. This is your platform. I'm just
Oh,
a
I've already
guest.
tried it my way, but apparently you got something else. So you go ahead.
No, I think I want to talk about what you want to talk about. People don't want to watch this to hear what I want to talk about. They want to hear what you want to talk about. So I want to listen to that.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
That's you being rude.
Like 5 months ago.
How long did that last?
It was 3 years.
And who ended it?
I ended it.
Why?
I ended it because it was just becoming toxic. I think when I started the relationship, I wasn't ready probably. I don't think either of us were really ready. So it just kind of spiraled. So before we hated each other, we just decided to just get out of it.
What does toxic mean?
I think she made it toxic because she really don't know how to talk to a man. But I want to hear what they got to say.
Toxic is a buzzword that women throw around like men throw around entrepreneur.
Sure. Toxic in the sense that it was just this cycle of hurting each other that we couldn't seem to stop. It was not healthy for either of us.
Okay. So what do you want? Do you want to be married one day?
Eventually, yeah. But I think that relationship kind of just
You want
taught
children?
me. Do I want children? Yeah.
How many?
Yeah. 2. Max.
So what do you mean eventually? You're 25,
Eventually.
right? You're
Yeah,
25, right?
Yeah.
You're 25. So eventually,
Eventually.
there's a time, there's a clock that all you women biologically have to deal with. So you can't just say eventually. There needs to be a time frame. You're
Yeah, I
almost.
guess.
So when? By what age would you like to be married by?
I guess I would want to be married by 32, I'd say safely.
Uh-huh.
So
And how
yeah,
long
so
have you been married before you have your first kid?
for like 2 years. So I guess I would be married. I would.
Okay, so you'd be married at 32, 2 years before you had your first kid. So you wouldn't start having kids until you're at geriatric pregnancy, 35.
No. So I should have said ideally I want to be married at 30, have kids at 32, but be married by 32 for sure.
Uh-huh. So another sister that thinks that you should start worrying about getting married at the wall? 30 is too old for
I
marriage.
just want to be ready for marriage. I mean, I just want to be ready. I don't want to just rush and get married just for the sake of,
Well, I would say this. Were your mother and father married?
They were. And my mom was a special, she actually had me when she was 37. So, I mean, special case, it doesn't happen often.
So does your mother, how many children does your family have?
It's just me, which is why I feel like I need to have kids.
Oh, no, that now explains a lot. See, only children, especially only children of the women, some of the most difficult, problematic people on the planet.
Yeah.
They're
Why?
spoiled, selfish, delusional.
Okay.
Only child syndrome is real. So, yeah.
What?
So, what kind of dog do you have?
I don't have it. I'm a cat person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but where'd you go to college?
I went to Drexel.
You have a graduate degree?
No, I don't have a graduate degree.
You plan on going to grad school?
It's not in the cards right now. I don't have plans to do it. I might.
Where'd you get your undergrad?
I went for biology and athletic training.
So now here comes a hard question. Why did you go to college to become an apartment leasing agent?
Why did I? I think, as you move along in life, you just realize that you don't have, you're not married to whatever you went to college for. You can choose different career paths if you want.
What did you plan on doing with that?
I plan on doing athletic training, of course, but then I just realized
athletic training for whom?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like the trajectory of that career path just wasn't, it's not for Black women, really. I can't really level up to the level that I wanted to.
No. Nope.
I mean, it's just like...
It's not for Black women. Right. Okay.
I mean, because there are just some
career paths. The one thing we don't do is don't talk. When you went to school for biology.
Yeah.
Right? And you planned on being an athletic trainer. What does that mean?
I think that happens to a lot of women. They go to school, get an education because mom and dad tells them, go to school, get an education. As a young woman, you should have something to fall back on. That fall back on is usually if, just in case you can't get and keep a man, always to have that backup plan just in case it doesn't work out with a man. That always goes to show that in the household, they don't teach you that women should not be in a working field. Women should be at home, being domestic, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children. Women are not made to be out in the working world. I'm gonna bring up this fact right here. Why do you think it took so long for women's rights to actually become a thing? Women asked to work. Women wanted to work. But before women even had rights to work, it was only men. What you think women were doing? Women was at home being domestic. They were at home being domestic. So why do you think that a lot of the jobs are hard for women to get? Usually the jobs that women get are like receptionists, nurses, because one, receptionists, we know how to take care of business. As far as like on the phone, we talk good, men don't really like to handle business like that. They usually like do handiwork, construction, power lines, all that. Women are caretakers. We know how to have good bedside manner, hence as being a nurse. Women are really good at doing that stuff. So education is not that important. If you want to have a family, who's gonna stay home with the babies? Women have to.
So an athletic trainer is a medical professional for athletes at different levels.
Why did you go to school in kinesiology?
It's all kind of molded in the same degree. So it was a dual degree program.
Okay. You went to become an athletic trainer at the collegiate level.
So once you get the degree, you have the option of doing it collegiately, sure. Collegiately at the high school level.
What did you plan on doing? See,
my goal was to do it collegiately.
All right. So,
it takes time. It takes time.
No.
as far as
See,
job experience.
so this is what I mean. You can't. This is gonna be another one. Just.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You can tell. Don't tell me what to do. I'll go when I get ready. Because I'm really trying to be polite to you, young lady, but I'm about to. It's not going to turn out too well. I don't know if you talk to your father this way.
Unfortunately, I mean, no, but he passed away when I was young.
Well, you don't talk to me. I'm not your peer. I'm not your
Okay.
age. I'm trying to understand where your head is.
Right.
Because you went to school in biology and you're an apartment leasing agent, talking about there's never too late to people all over the world. And what are you doing with yourself? You want to get married at 30, have your first kid at 32, but
I'm what?
you're
Are you saying that that's
unmoored and
unrealistic?
chaotic. Nothing you said is realistic. You're not. You went to how much student loan debt do you have?
I don't have any of that.
Good, but you have a useless degree in biology. It's useless. You have no high income skill. That's why you're a leasing agent at apartments, because you have no high income skill. And if you don't get married, the amount of collegiate trainers is finite.
Yeah,
How
that's
do
why
you
I didn't
plan on
want to
taking
do
care
it.
of yourself until from here? How do you plan on taking care of yourself to the end of your days if your relationship problems persist?
Well, I guess the point is to learn from those relationship problems so they don't, you know,
And how are you doing that now?
by taking time to kind of just date.
Right. You're your own. So you're in charge of this process. The person who drove it in the ditch.
I think the problem with modern women today, they go into relationships with a trial and error mindset. A woman will get into a relationship and think, okay, I have time to mess up and get it right. Women should be really perfected in the relationship category as young women. They should be brought up to know that women are supposed to be respectful, cooperative, and they should know how to not give attitude. I think that if women are taught that at a young age, there could be a lot of more successful relationship rates rather than women having trial and error in the relationship as they grow older. I think it should start in the home early on. A lot of modern women have been let down by their mothers, their aunts, if they weren't teaching them that. Because I'm not saying that women were not taught that. Some women probably were taught that. But for the ones that were not taught that, I think they were let down. It's time for the new generation to learn these things and teach our youngins, teach our children so they can teach their children and create a new stigma, because I really think that there is really no hope for this generation, my generation, and it's sad to say, but it took me some time to get it right. I didn't learn this from my parents. I didn't learn this from my mom. I learned it from Kevinsamuels, seeing the examples around me and what I didn't want to be like. I don't want to be like this young woman that's on here. She is completely like out of this world. I just cannot believe this. I cannot believe that my generation really act like this. She's just really disrespectful and sees nothing wrong with it. I'm sorry for her loss, for her dad being gone so early on, but her dad wasn't there to teach her, and it shows. She's a reflection of a true modern woman.
See, this is what I mean, gentlemen, ladies. Women in general, black women in particular, have been allowed to go to school with no plan. Just go out and do shit. Act like time doesn't matter. Again, everything I've asked you about is time frame, schedule, and structure. And and if you just listen, it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you? And when I asked you how much money you made, you didn't want to tell because you ain't making. I mean, the average apartment leasing agent makes less than $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we can knock off the BS. You have no plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get married, you living on one income. How you gonna get to retirement and living comfortably in retirement by yourself on one income with a biology degree?
I think I'll get married.
Shit, you think this is gonna get married?
Why? Why don't you think I'm gonna get married?
Shit.
Why do you think I'm gonna get married? Why?
Oh wow. Some of these young ladies don't even know what they don't know, and you think it's funny, but I'm not a toy. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'll let you talk, because I'll make money off of this.
Absolutely.
But I'm supposed to. You,
Right.
you on the other hand, this isn't funny. What is your plan for life? Seriously.
I'm honestly still trying to figure it out. But I think the one thing that helps is that I know myself pretty well. So I'm kind of just using that to help me navigate where I am.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate. You both live in my house.
In your house.
Yeah.
So by what age do you think you should have? Because if you say you're going to be married by 30, you're 25, you're not seeing anyone seriously.
Mm-hmm.
By what age do you think you should start panicking?
Never panic, first of all. I probably will start dating seriously again and looking to date seriously by around like 28.
Okay.
2 years.
So
That's reasonable.
This whole thing started off with men saying they don't want to give up, but they feel the average black woman is too far gone, and you've done nothing to assuage those fears.
You don't think 2 years is enough to?
She wants to start worrying about. She start seriously dating at 28. A woman
Again.
who's had a 3-year relationship that you said ended because you, again, as if you control the access to marriage. Men control access to marriage and relationship. See, that's what I mean. Black women have been allowed to just think, well, whenever I decide I want to do it, I'll get it. What about you? What about your relationship history has proven to you that you can be a wife?
I think that's where women get it wrong. Women think that they can pick and choose when they want to get married. Men do have the control over marriage. They're the ones who have to get down on that one knee and propose.
I think the fact that I'm willing to learn from the relationships, honestly.
That means somebody needs to marry you on your potential. I asked, what about your relationship history has proved to you that you are ready to be a wife?
Well, maybe I'm not a wife right now.
Well, then how do you plan on seriously dating to become a wife at 28? If the only person in charge of this process is you, and you're the one that drove her into a ditch. See, that's what I mean. Let me give you a little secret here. You don't take relationships seriously. You think they just happen.
It's true.
Or you think men are supposed to do something, and it's you the one that's unfit. You're unfit. Unfit for anything other than dating. Casual fun.
At this point, I would agree with that. That's what I'm doing.
And you're doing nothing to change it.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't feel upset or bad when you're in the danger zone or no man's land, because just like a person who doesn't prepare to pass a class, if you don't prepare to be in a relationship, when you fail at them, this is what you get. So when you become one of the 3 out of 4 black women who don't marry in your lifetime, you'll look back on this conversation and said, I came on there joking, thinking it was funny and ha ha ha, and I blew an opportunity to find something because I take life as a joke because I'm 25 and I feel like I'm young and I got time. And you don't. You don't. You're in the prime of your breeding. You're in the prime of your marital years. After 25, it goes downhill.
But do you think it's possible for someone to learn how to be a better wife or partner when they're single?
No.
Why?
Learn how to be a better wife?
Partner, yeah. I mean, do you think
Who's
someone could
teaching you?
actually
Who's teaching you
prepare?
how to be a wife?
I mean, yeah, but it's just like, as
Who's
far as
supposed to
like,
teach you how to be a wife?
I guess some women learn from their mothers and things like that, or I mean,
Ask
also your
you.
husband.
No. I specifically said who's supposed to teach you how to be a wife.
Who's supposed to teach me? I mean, I guess I don't see marriage. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you're partners with someone, you learn from each other, like, and you work together.
No. So again,
So,
this. So the answer is who's supposed to teach you, and you don't even know who's supposed to teach you.
who's supposed to teach me?
Your mother,
Right,
because she's supposed to be a wife.
right.
I completely agree. Women are supposed to be taught by their mothers how to be a wife. Women should not be out here living their best life at 25, have no direction with their life. They should already know as a young girl and a teenager, or at least a young adult, how to be a woman, how to be a wife, and that comes from the household. Your mom or your aunt or whoever you have as a good example in your life, they are supposed to teach you.
But this is my point. So if you would even step aside from outside of yourself and just use your education and your intellect to realize how unprepared you are, you're approaching relationships like a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's just supposed to be on-the-job training. Excuse me, sir. I want you to hire me for the most important job you'll ever hire a woman for. The mother of your children, the person you commingle DNA with, and you're supposed to entrust me with the raising and nurturing of your legacy. And I want you to do that all on the basis that I am open to learn. On the job training. Sorry. Nobody hires anybody on potential. People hire people on competency.
Well, how would they know?
They get taught.
No, but how would they know
They
that I
get
am fit?
taught.
How?
Because I've known. It's easy to see. You're not serious. You think relationships are games and jokes. You're not learning. You haven't been prepped to learn. You think that modern women like yourself think that, hey, I'm just supposed to be in a relationship and then when I'm there, we'll just figure it out. No, they're supposed to be getting taught this stuff from the time you were a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're 25 and you don't even know who's supposed to have taught you. Women have failed you to the point to where a reasonable conversation has become contentious because you think men are toys or be played with or like it's a game. You don't have this whole dynamic is going to further though to prove my point, the disconnect between so many modern black women and men. You treat us like your adversary instead of being on our team as our ally, even one that's twice your age.
Yeah.
This is our culture and you're endemic of it. Now go back to how we began this all. Do you think it's over? No, I think they're worldwide people. You don't make enough money to travel worldwide. You ain't been worldwide, so that's just talk. It's just talk. You can't go worldwide, just like men can't go worldwide. That means you're gonna have to date from Philly. Well, pickings are slim. There are more men that are husbands than there are women that are wives.
I do want to say something about the whole using the black men, how we treat them as an adversary. I will say, as far as how I was raised, I wasn't raised to see a traditional marriage in the sense of seeing like my mother and my father. So my father was sick for the majority of my life. Mother took care of him. That's pretty much the whole capacity. So I've actually seen the tail end of marriage and like what marriage can become. And that is, I feel like, why I'm so hesitant to start relationships, because you have to be prepared for the worst when you get married. No one can really teach you how to be resilient, as far as, you have to kind of learn that through your own experiences.
What do you think you
So
just told me? Your mother took care of her husband as she was supposed to because it's her duty.
It's hard. That's my point. It's very hard for years. And so it's like marriage. I
And
mean, it can come to
and
that.
that's
So
that,
yeah, but not
excuse
everyone's
me.
ready for that, you know?
Oh, that's why. That's why you need ladies are going to become cat ladies. Spencerville. No waiting because you don't want hard.
Exactly. Women think that relationships are supposed to be easy. They are not easy. It comes with a lot of duty, a lot of self-awareness, and knowing when to be quiet, knowing when to take care of your responsibilities.
It's
I'm
hard.
saying
It's
people
going to
should
be
just be
hard. Like
prepared.
being a husband and
Sometimes
taking care
people,
of wife isn't hard. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean,
You
yeah,
can't
it's
make
hard.
this up.
But
You
that's not
can't
why
make
I
it
don't want to
up.
date. It's just because like I
You
have to
can't
know that
make
I'm
it
ready
up.
for that, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Just talking.
So I'm like plugging my phone in.
Just talking. This generation, your generation of women are, you're like the boys of summer. You expect life to be easy. You saw your mother do her duty until your father passed. That's part of the vows. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health, to death do you part.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, but
like
you only
that's
want,
why.
but ma'am, I'm helping you out right now. You're not fit for a relationship, and that's fine. And you're
Yeah,
not trying to become fit for a relationship. You're not trying to be anybody's wife. So what that means is after you have passed 35, because you're 25 right now, and all you know is youth. But in 5 years, you're going to go back to this conversation and realize that, you know what? He was trying to tell me something to get my shit together, but I just thought I had more time.
yeah,
And when you run out of time, you'll be like so many other women who are going to be complaining about the caliber and quality of men. There ain't no men out here because you mismanaged your prime marrying years.
yeah.
And why did you do it? To get a useless biology degree, to go be a leasing agent in an apartment complex because you don't have a career. You went to college for nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste.
I can go again. I have no debt. So if I wanted to,
You say it again?
I could go to college again if I wanted to. I have no debt.
What did I say, gentlemen? When it gets hard, when it gets tight, where's one of the first places black women run? Back to school.
She thinks this is a joke, and it's not a joke at all. It's not a joke. This is the reason why women are single and alone.
Is that bad? Should I not do that?
Is school gonna be your husband?
No, but maybe I find my husband at school.
And this is what we've allowed our young women to believe.
Or not. I mean, so what? I wouldn't go there looking for a husband. I would go there again if I
That's
needed to.
that's your problem. You should go everywhere looking for a husband. That's what your counterparts do. That's why they get married. Black women go to college to prove they don't need a man. Most women go to college to find a man.
Right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go. I mean, if I can meet a man for free, I'd spend thousands of dollars to meet my husband at college.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Juxtapose her with that 24-year-old the other day on Friday. This is the perfect bookend. And she thinks she's being funny. This is what they've been raised to be. Useless. Useless to anyone. Useless to anyone but themselves. Ma'am, let's see how honest you can be.
Okay.
What use are you to a man at this point in your life?
At this point in my life, I don't know. I mean, I date. I have fun. I mean, I'm a good time. I'm funny. I have a good sense of humor. I am
You think so?
caring.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very funny.
Uh-huh.
I have a good sense of
You
humor. I'm
think so?
attractive. I'm
What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just in case you can't use 7.
okay. Um, Without makeup, I'm probably a 6.
Okay.
With makeup, I'm probably honestly an 8. I say that comfortably.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11" and a half.
Dress size?
I'm 4.
So you're almost 6 feet tall, which is going to make it exceptionally difficult for you to find a spouse.
Absolutely. Well,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's just how it is. Exceptionally difficult to find a spouse. So, and I'm going back to what I said.
A lot of men do not like tall women.
Makes you of use to a man, and you said that I'm funny.
yeah. Goes a long way. I can cook. Guys like girls who can cook. Whatever. I can cook. What else? I can cook. I can clean. I can be supportive too, as well. You know, like you said, I don't necessarily have a career of my own at this point. If I did meet a husband who has a better career than me,
And
or
this
even
is what, and honestly, and this is what I mean, man. So, if you were to put a salary on what you bring to the table, those things, how much do you think it'll be worth as far as what a man makes? If you say what I bring to the table, all those things should equate a man making about X a year, what would that be?
I'd say 100 grand.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. Think being a holy shit, this is our women are, oh my God.
What else do you guys want?
You think what you just described puts you in the top 10% of all earners in this country. 10% of men make
100 grand?
$100,000.
I think a lot more people make 100 grand on average.
Look at her face, guys.
Yeah.
Look, she really believes this. 10%.
Well, maybe I just know different people. I just know a lot of people who they just make
shit, man. And this and gentlemen, this is why it is so easy for women like her to devalue you, because she thinks being funny, so she says, can cook, can clean. You think you think you're the shit. I mean, no offense, you think you're the shit. You come across like that, you talk like that, your whole demeanor is like you're the stuff. And I've just let you do it. I've let you do it so you could just, I have not said anything to just let you glow up. And you've only gotten brighter and brighter and brighter. You really think that. And you honestly think that is worth a man going out to make $100,000 a year. That is why so many young black women are going to die alone. Remember what I told you about Dr. Tia Son Johnson? That women in their college class, looking at men in their very same college class, felt like what they were bringing to the table was worth $100,000 more. Ma'am, that ain't even worth $40,000.
But I date men who average that. So.
Yeah. And then again, what did I say before, guys? Because they can date them, deal with them, they think that means their new sexual marketplace value is up there. Unless you've had a man making over $100,000 a year drop to one knee and present a ring with significant carriage in public and ask you to be his wife, it doesn't matter.
True.
So people may not like my tone, may not like anything, but it's all rooted in the same facts, status, statistics, logic, and the knowledge of our people and our women. And this is it. This is what you really think. $100,000. No, ma'am. Let me finish. This is what far too many women and you think that $100,000 black man deserves. This is it.
Well, to my credit, I mean, they knew that I didn't want a marriage, so.
You can't go into a relationship not wanting marriage. Why be in a relationship?
And the sad part is, this is what your mothers and the women of our culture have allowed you young ladies to believe. That you just can go be there. And really what you're saying, I bring to the table is I just bring me. You don't know anything about men. You've proved that you don't even, none of the things you really said on your list are what men want. I'm funny. Men don't give a shit if you're funny.
You don't think so? I mean,
Oh my God. Why do you keep asking me like I don't know? This is ridiculous. You're 25 years old and questioning me like I don't know what I'm talking. I don't think so. No.
well, what
What's
do
the number
men
one?
want then? Educate
What do
me.
men want? What do men want from women? Especially,
I,
especially kind of men you're talking about, the kind of
are,
men making $100,000 or more.
are you
What do they
asking
want
me?
more than anything else? Yeah.
More than anything else, probably just for someone to not bother them, not to cause drama in their lives. I'm not coming to. I think men just want women who don't make their lives complicated, who can support them emotionally in ways they can't. They probably want
Okay,
someone who's.
so if that's the case, then why were you toxic?
We were toxic.
No,
We
no,
both played a
you
part.
no, you. We were toxic. That means you were too. So why were you toxic if you believe that,
Um,
or you are that? Oh,
um, I
didn't
think
see, didn't see the redirect.
what? What is that? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Why were you that?
Well, I mean, again, I wasn't ready to be a wife. I
Uh-huh.
wasn't looking to be a wife. So
So
you just let
how often do you when you get in an argument with somebody you try to use humor as a defense and a shield?
never.
Okay, good. You shouldn't, because it's not attractive.
No,
But I'll
no.
tell you the thing that you said, men just want women, such and so forth. Would your relationships say that that's you? Non-drama, non-chaotic, just peaceful.
Because of that, how that relationship was,
Uh,
I know not to be that. Yeah, I've learned from it for sure.
so the answer is that they would say you are or you are not.
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you. So even the things you say men want, you're not.
No, no. I'm saying no. I'm saying I am. I try not to be those horrible things that I was in my past relationship because I know that that's not what men want. I don't want that in a man. So I know that men don't want that in a wife. You know what I mean? That's what I meant. Sorry.
Clear as mud. Clear as mud. So you are those things or you're not those things.
I have the potential to be those things. I think because I'm
Ah,
more aware of
right,
the fact that I shouldn't be those
right.
things, that I'm just not.
You're still those things.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still those things. You just know you those things and you still do it. And it's still not what most it's not what ranks the highest on a man's list of priorities. That's what I mean. You don't know men. You haven't been taught to know men. But the way you talk is though you're questioning me like, are you sure? You're the one who, well,
I'm the one that what?
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Men want cooperation, and you're not a cooperative person.
I said that, y'all.
And
Cooperative.
what's cooperation? That's what men want. The more
I
money
can
they,
be though. I think
yeah,
it's
you
about knowing
can be,
your
but you're not.
place.
Yeah, you can be, but that's not the point. You're not. And the higher up you go, the socioeconomic status, the higher up the power rankings go of men, the more cooperative a woman has to be. The more fit, feminine, submissive, cooperative, and that's not you. You got an opinion. You push.
I'm
And here's the
I'm
thing.
as
Here's the thing, and I'm going to finish. And I'm not. It's not a judgment, man. It's just what I read from you. Take. If you think it's not you, fine. But I will honestly say this: what you bring to the table qualifies you for an average man. An average black man in this country makes $40,000, 40,500, not six figures. What you just talked about does not make you special. It makes you average.
okay.
So this is the ladies, gentlemen, ladies understand this is the number one problem. What you ladies think you bring to the table, you massively overvalue it. You thought that was worth 100,000 plus. Go watch.
Only only because of my own, I guess, dating experience. But I also wanted to say I feel like women can be as cooperative as the man that they're with. I'm much more likely to be cooperative to a man who treats me right and cares, listens. Didn't have that before as much, so I think that's where the contention arose.
So her doing what she's supposed to do is contingent upon you making her feel like she should do it.
It's partnership. Yeah, I think it's a give and take.
Thank you, right there. You heard it. You heard it, guys. Partnership. Ma'am, you've been a fountain of information and a gold mine. And this is why our relationships are so fucked up. Marriage isn't a partnership. It's about duty and responsibility. See, whether your mother did what she was supposed to do, even when it's hard, because that was her duty. That's the oath she took. That's the vow she took. Your mother proved to show her worth. You are not made of the stuff your mother was made of. You do what you're describing is you'll act right when you feel like it.
I don't dispute
Buy
that.
a dog, cat, die alone. Because no man deserves to suffer you.
Modern women do that a lot. They think stuff is funny and they are only submissive and they can only be what they need to be conditionally. I can learn how to be this way. Are you doing it because you really want to be in a relationship and stay that way? Or are you doing it just to win him over and then go back to your toxic ways? Modern women need to get it together. That was really a prime example of how modern women act and why they are still single, why they will be single, forever be single. Really sad. So I hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your opinions and subscribe. Hit that bell notification next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.